Let's see. Okay, we're live. Hello! It is Friday, May 31st, 2024 at 5:06 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And we're here just where we left off last time, down in the southern part of the Boston Commonwealth, where we were taking a look at the, what's it called? I can't even remember what it's called. The new generation version of Fallout 4. Anyway, next generation, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, we were doing the quests that came with it. Specifically in this case, we did Crucible, Pyromaniac, Speak of the Devil, and now we're currently on Echoes of the Past. Now, I did not start this one correctly. You're supposed to find the last known location of a missing caravan, but instead I just went directly to the, what's it called, the Glowing Sea, and found the Enclave base down there. Hey Mason, welcome to the stream. Hope you've had a good week. And so we're just going to continue with this for now. So let's see. We have to go find 2 additional little Enclave outposts. Let's see if it's giving us a spot on the map. Okay, I guess we got... I thought I killed everyone there, but we'll go back there. Oop. Okay. Coctism. Welcome to the stream. Wow. Okay. What enemies are nearby? Oh wait, that Mirelurk. Well, didn't it run off though? Or I don't know. Let's see if I can fast travel from here. There we go. Okay. So still working on the episode 5, is it? Yes, episode 5 review. I've actually already started on the 6th one as well. Basically, there are certain times of day and certain days on which I can record audio, and I was not able to get that done when I needed to. So, in another time of day where I had time to work on a script, I've started working on episode 6's review. So, I'm working on 2 videos at once of that review. So, we should see that episode 5 very soon. Yeah, no, I mean, and the T60 is something they introduced in Fallout 4, so I'm sure it's one of those things where if there are people that hate Fallout 4, they have but like love the older Fallouts, they probably have had problems with the T60 armor. Ugh. Gotta find the elevator, I guess. So yeah, I could see that. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of interesting stuff with the T60 because they focus on it so much in the television show. In fact, I don't think there are any other power armor suits in that other than T60. Let's see. Didn't I thought I opened this elevator. What is with the shield here on it?
Why's it gotta be so quiet?
I'm confused. Oh, it's from a lower level. Okay, that's why. I gotta call the elevator back down, I guess.
Going down.
I like that you can open the door without the elevator being in there. Quick announcement in terms of equipment upgrades. I don't have it yet, but I have now ordered a new computer that I'll be using to produce videos. I used the money I've made from Patreon and from YouTube to purchase it. So that should be here within the next 10 to 15 business days. I ordered another pre-built. As much as I want to build myself one, I also want to make sure that whatever I get actually works basically right out of the box, which will be nice. And then along with that, the prices are difficult to beat when you buy pre-builts these days. I guess it's the whole economies of scale thing to where you can buy computers where it seems like you can buy the parts individually more expensive. It's weird. Let's see, senior. Oh, I'm really glad you like those videos. I have not done a 76 video since the Settlers of Foundation, so I need to do another one of those soon. I've got 2 that are basically halfway done. One of them covering the Mothman cults, and then another one that is covering the city of Point Pleasant. What the heck? There's a pilot? At least they're wearing hazmat suits in the glowing sea now. They weren't doing that before. Feel kind of bad about shooting that unarmed man in the back. Oh, that completed Echoes of the Past, I guess. Okay. I don't know exactly how canonical this stuff is. In terms of the content that they added to the, again, Next Gen Edition or whatever this is called again. Because it's like the Enclave was not in Fallout 4 until this point. Like, other than, like, previous, like, old, past members that had been part of the Enclave in a past life, sort of a thing. So. Oh, you've been playing New Vegas. That's a good one. I like all the Fallouts, honestly, but, yeah, New Vegas, I think, has a special place in most people's hearts. It's very rare to find people out there, Broken Mods Edition, to find people that do not like New Vegas. Okay, listen to the mysterious signal. Let's see. Radio. I'm also going to be doing a New Vegas. So basically, all other lore videos have kind of been on hold while I've been working on this Fallout TV series review. Once I finish all 9 videos of that, I'll go back to producing normal videos. When I do produce a video on Fallout 4, I'll be producing one on Mass Fusion. Fallout New Vegas will be on RepCon. So Fallout 76 will probably actually be we'll be covering the new content that's coming with Skyline Valley, rather than the videos that I had been working on. Mysterious signal. Didn't that? Is there any sound to this? Do I have like the audio down so low for that I can't hear it or something? Yeah, that's probably it. I will definitely cover Fallout 1 and 2. I have not covered that I've covered content from them in other videos, but I've not covered Fallout 1 and 2 specifically. I will do that. It's a bit more taxing, technologically speaking. Specifically because, like, well, it's not even just technologically speaking, but in terms of just like capturing footage, it's definitely more difficult. The aspect ratio being what it is, like everything is weird. It's like in the old tube TV format. I might see if I can find a mod or something like that that gives you a normal aspect ratio. But along with that, it's one of those things where it's like you get like 12 saves or something like that. And so it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm going to be covering a topic, typically, and also you can't just like fast travel. Well, you can in 2, but not in 1. And so it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm trying to cover like one specific faction and I need to be going to like all these different sites, I'm either going to be loading up from these 12 saves, again, only 12, or I'm going to be just like walking across the map. For example, for the Fallout TV series, episode 5 review, I needed to get footage from Shady Sands in Fallout 1 and New California Republic in Fallout 2, same location. And walking there in Fallout 2 took a long time. So it's definitely more difficult that way. Along with that, I've been dealing with a very crippling game-breaking bug in Fallout 1 where Junktown, it just literally crashes all the time. I don't really know exactly why. Again, I probably need to search for like an unofficial patch or something like that. At this point, I think I can basically abandon the idea that I'm going to be getting a proper patch. Game came out in 97. Mysterious signal. I'm not getting any audio from this. Is it maybe coming through a different... Is it music? Let me try fiddling around with the radio. Nope, that one has a signal. So is the Creation Club content broken? Again, I've got the radio all the way up. I got music all the way up. I got voice most of the way up. Yeah, none of this seems to be working. Okay, well, we'll try a different quest. Let's go ahead and try... Oh! Well, yeah, that's the Vault 88 quest. Let's see what the other quests are that we have here. When Pigs Fly, investigate the Merchant Workshop. Let's see what we got here. Show that on the map. Kindle Hospital, nearby to that. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talking about how crazy the load times are in this as well, and I absolutely agree. This updated version of Fallout 4 has some serious load times. Especially the closer you get to downtown Boston, the worse it gets. I would hope that the new computer I'm getting will help with that, but we'll see. Okay, let's see. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it's not like the computer I'm using right now is in any way something that would not be able to play Fallout 4. I've got a 3070 in there, which is not like an amazing card by today's standards, but it's better than a lot of 40 series cards. So, yeah, I've heard. My understanding is it's the that's the PC version that has the most problems right now, which is funny because like it used to always be the fact that the PlayStation version of Bethesda games always got the worst treatment. My roommate back in college, he's now my brother-in-law. He had a PS3, and he would try to play, I think it was Skyrim on that, and then along with that, try to play Fallout New Vegas, and in both cases, they just did not work anywhere near as well as they did on my Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Ooh, what is this? Oh, Enclave. This is funny because it reminds me of yesterday when I was filming footage for the Fallout TV series review. I ended up coming across the Enclave patrols in the California wasteland. It's kind of like this. Need some aid. Also, I'm going to try something I saw on Twitter this week. Also, let's see, I need a right away. There we go. I'll kill these guys and then I'll figure it out. Okay. Alright, let's see if this works. No, it's not that. It's... No, I don't know. Maybe I'm doing it wrong? I saw somebody on Twitter saying if you hold down VATS, you can look around, but I don't see that being the case here. Oh well. Good lord, I've got a lot of plasma ammunition. I guess I never used plasma weapons. That would explain why I have so much. This armor is brand new. That must have really... The damage coming off of that fire must have really just done a number on this thing. I'm pretty close to the Cambridge crater here. Is that what it's leading me to? Okay, you can do it on with joysticks on the console. Okay, looks like we found this workshop here. Suggs, huh? Wait. Let's make sure we're not being followed by a raider before we go talking to this guy. Okay, they're just hanging out over there. Alright. But yeah, the reason I was filming the NCR and Shady Sands for the Fallout TV series review is because, if you're not aware, Shady Sands is in the wrong spot in the television series. There we go, okay. What? Are they? Okay, so they are. Oh, there we go.
It's over. For now.
I'm wearing power armor. You came after me with a pool cue? Did that really seem like a good idea? Oh, man. Yeah, no, I will definitely look at the computer first. I'm just wanting to deal with these guys.
Where'd that little fucker go? Fucking hide from me? You're dead.
Yesterday, I also had to film Operation Anchorage, which I hadn't done in a while, so that took a while.
Just had to play hero, huh?
Basically, my point with Operation Anchorage, the reason I was filming that was I contend that the fusion core lock that they've added with the Fallout TV series is actually a good innovation to the lore. Just because, like, I imagine a bunch of power armor clad soldiers marching across a field, and then just a bunch of Chinese Crimson Dragoons coming up behind them and just unscrewing the fusion cores from the back of the armor, and they're just standing there completely frozen in place.
Oh, I know you're here. I'll find you.
See? Oh, there he is.
Found your sorry ass. Right in my eye.
I love that you can sneak in power armor. It's like that Taran rogue from Orgrimmar. Can't remember his name. Alright. Let's take a look at the computer. And then we'll talk to Suggs. Property of the U.S. Army, huh? Open for business. Let's see. There we go. Moving the shop to Cambridge was a good idea. There's a little less heat compared to the military base. The sirens there tend to attract ferals, like crap on a mole rat. At least raiders are a bit more predictable. Using the Chinese grenade launcher we salvaged at the training yard, I've deployed schematics for some prototype pipe versions. Marvin's offered up some additional ideas, but they're a bit on the impractical side. I probably shouldn't have laughed when he mentioned partnering up, though. I should apologize later. Raven Guard and Warhammer? I'm not aware of that reference. I really want to get into Warhammer at some point. It seems like it's a really interesting universe. I just never have. It's one of those things where it's such a vast body of lore that it's like, where do you even really get started? Marvin's gone. Marvin's gone missing, and so have my schematics for the pipe version of the grenade launcher. I've been paying the raiders for protection, so I don't think it's a kidnapping. I'm kind of worried about him, to be honest. We didn't leave him on the best of terms. On the best terms. And weapons dealer in Monsignor Plaza. Word is there's another merchant working out of Monsignor Plaza selling grenade launchers to the raiders. But not just any launchers, pipe ones. That's way too soon to be a coincidence. I'll bet my last rat away they've got my schematics. Bastards are trying to put me out of business with my own product. Hopefully Marvin's safe. That's the most important thing. Still, it'd be nice to find out what happened to both him and my work so I can salvage my deal with the weapons traders downtown. I wonder what he means by weapons traders downtown. Does he mean on, what's it called, Bunker Hill? Let's see. In Charlestown, customer orders. Oh, wow. Okay. I did see something about this Chinese grenade launcher in one of my load screens, which is one of those things where it's like, again, it makes me question the canonicity of the Creation Club content. Basically, my understanding of it is kind of like a gray area. And the Chinese grenade launcher, the description I read of it was like, oh, it's really just horrifying for anybody in power armor. And it's like that. My understanding of it, of the whole thing was like the Chinese really had no counter for the power armor aside from like their pulse field. So anyway, let's see. Client anonymous, item grenade launchers, price 750 caps. Note, I have a ghoul client, claims to be ex-military, who used to tell me about these grenade launchers the Chinese had in Anchorage. Supposedly they made a frag gun that could punch through power armor like a wet bag. I doubted him at first. Sounded like a bunch of hocus pocus from the wrong end of a Brahmin. But then we found this confiscated weapons cache at the training yard, and we've been in the launcher business ever since. I've also seen people reference this, the ghoul client, where they're saying, is this a reference to the ghoul? So, yeah, no, but it's one of the things where they have the ghoul with his armor-piercing rounds. Really interesting stuff there. And it's one of those things, too, where I don't know. I've got questions about the fight in Philly. I'll just say that. People say the tempered lining excuses Maximus not being killed. But Maximus, he could have been wrong, but he seemed to be under the impression that a tempered lining gave you increased mobility, which would seem to imply that it actually gave you potentially less protection rather than more, and made you more agile instead. Anyway, baseball launcher. Client Mo Cronin. Item baseball launcher. Price 750 caps. Notes. Mo asked if I could make him an authentic baseball launcher, the kind a designated hurler or DH used to kill swatters and armed hecklers. If it was designed to kill spectators, I'll need to calculate the launch angles based on how high the upper stands are. That should give me a ballpark figure of how much range it had. Okay. And pipe grenade launcher. Client raiders, item pipe grenade launcher, price protection. Notes I've got a deal worked out with the local raiders. I built them some weapons and they keep the store safe. Hopefully their demands won't get too out of line. Weapons are fine, but if they start asking for caps, I'm going to have to push back a little. I wonder if those are the raiders we just killed. Nail gun. Completed. Raiders. Item nail gun. Price protection. I've modified the nail gun's velocity so it has more range and works better as a weapon. Call me cynical, but I sincerely doubt the raider gangs want to use it to put up wood paneling. Saw blade launcher. Completed. Raiders. Item. Saw blade launcher. Price protection. First a nail gun, now a saw blade launcher. I asked one of the raiders if they used to work in construction, but the guy just gave me this confused look like his brain was bent into a pretzel. So yeah, it's pretty clear that they have no idea what these tools were originally designed for. It's like one of those tests Old World shrinks give out where they show a picture and they tell you what they think it is. I bet if you showed them a pillow, they'd say it's a weapon to smother people with. Crap, I couldn't give them any idea. I shouldn't give them any ideas. If my next weapon orders from a pillow launcher, I've got no one to blame but myself. Okay, you're watching the Free States one? Yeah, I'm glad you caught me live here. I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. Standard raider weapons. Yeah, no, that's true. They did just have standard raider weapons. If they were these raiders, would you quit biting me? Sorry, I have a cat in my lap that is currently biting me while I'm petting her. If they had the saw blade launcher and the nail gun, they would be more likely to be his clients. Let's see what Suggs has to say.
Hey there.
Best scrap in the Commonwealth. Right here.
Let's barter.
Let's see what you have.
Does he have the... Napalmer. That's interesting. He definitely has some interesting weapons here. Okay, here's the nail gun. I kind of want to... Okay, we'll come back to this. But for the moment, I want to see if these weapons are something that can be found in the quest or if you have to buy them from him. Find the competing shop at Monsignor Plaza. Name of the car? What do you mean by that? Let's see. Okay, so it's right over there. We'll just walk. I feel like if I were to fast travel, it would potentially take longer to load than just walking over there. I do appreciate the detail that they put into these urban environments. Oh, here's the Cambridge Grader. Stay away from that. I have so much content in Fallout 4 to cover. I've got a handful of videos in 76, not counting new content that I still need to make. I've got dozens of videos on Fallout 3, Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, and obviously 1 and 2 once I get around to those as well. I'm just going to have to figure out workarounds to the technical issues with that, like offloading saves to backup locations and stuff like that. Oh. Yeah, I'm not on TikTok, so I don't have that reference. All right. Wait, let's see. Is that... Doesn't look like the door's chained. Maybe it's locked, but we'll see. Nope. Who was cursing at me? Ah. I'm glad you like them. Let's see. Does anything custom on here? I always pick up any ammo and caps. I used to literally pick up everything. But I don't think people want to see me walking around incredibly slow. I'm really glad y'all like the videos. I do put a lot of time into them, so it's good to see people appreciating them. especially lately. And if you all are not aware, within the past month, I went from like 9,000 subscribers to 11,000 something. So it's been very gratifying to know more people are watching these.
What the hell was that? Someone's out
No,
there.
I only ever go to the Fallout Wiki when I have finished my own research to make sure that I haven't missed
Show
anything.
your face.
I don't want my my own ideas on these things to ever be
Now, what do you think? I don't know.
colored by what I read on the wiki. So it's one of those things where it's like, the only time that I have my mind changed by the wiki is if it's like, oh, I completely missed an entire computer's worth of lore. So that completely changes the context of this. That is a lot of research. Back when I started making my videos on 76, I actually literally went from computer to computer, note to note, holotape to holotape, transcribing them all myself onto a single Excel sheet. I still have it. And so that way I would have a single reference, because I was finding names that I was like, I feel like I've seen this somewhere else in the game, but I have no idea where. And so I started, when I started compiling this full list of all these lore elements that I had typed up for myself, I could then do word searches and find things like Raleigh Clay's name. And so there's a note on the roof of the, or not on the roof of the Grafton Steel Mill, but within a porter potty at the Grafton Steel Mill referring to
Only a
Raleigh.
fucking
And it's through that
coward
it's like,
hides.
oh, okay, so we know that Raleigh Clay had some sort of contact with these people that were doing striking at the steel mill. Yeah, I mean, and it's one of those things too where I occasionally will, and it's been a while since I've done this, but I will find myself arguing with other editors. Oh, here we go. Oh, was I not supposed to shoot? Well, I think they were shooting at me first. I hope that's the case, and that I didn't just start shooting this place up. I've had arguments with other people editing the wiki. If you're not aware, I have actually added stuff to the Fallout wiki, and I've added stuff to the Starfield wiki as well. I'm responsible for the Vega system on the Starfield wiki, most of it at least. And same thing with a bunch of the content related to, well, the Foundry in the pit. I added a lot of screenshots and stuff like that. Marvin's note. Hypothesis. I hate Suggs. Despise him. He mocks my ideas. Tells me they're impractical and a symptom of an underlying mental issue. Well, at least I have ideas. At least I have imagination. Theory. Wait, how is that a hypothesis? Oh, Siri apparently thinks... Oh, Siri just found me the definition of hypothesis. Okay, they are hostile. Good. Theory. I hate him because for 3 years I gave him my sweat, tears, and brain cells. I gave my sweat, tears, and brain cells to that ungrateful SOB, helping him turn his boring ideas into a reality. But one day I asked him when he'd make me a full-time partner, and he said, "When pigs fly." There's the quest name. Well, I've done it. I've made pigs fly. In fact, when he and my new friends see him next, those little piggies are going to fly right into his stupid face. Law. Suggs deserves to die. It will be my pigs that kill him. I know just where to wait for him too. There's a rooftop across the street from his workshop with a clear view of the road. As soon as he leaves to make deliveries, I'll rain pork from above. And when the piggy slams into his skull and the broken glass cuts his skin, oh, we're shooting piggy banks. And the cut becomes infected, and then he dies weeks later due to a lack of available medical supplies and poor health infrastructure. Everything he owns will be mine. As far as plans go, it's practically foolproof. Pig mines as well, huh? Okay, let's see. Schematics. Well, we got piggy bank mines. Thank you for pointing that out. Let's see what else. What was that? My phone keeps like the screen keeps lighting up and stuff as though it's responding to me talking to it. Let's see. What else have we got in here? Also, one of the other elements, I don't think I didn't mention it in my last review. I should have. In the Fallout TV show, the The Pip-Boys, they have flashlights on the sides. They're not just using the screens as a light. I definitely support that idea. I hope Bethesda will move forward with something like that in the next Fallout. Griswold's terminal. Is this old? System's wired up. Finally got all the terminals wired up. Took a while to get the turrets playing nice, especially... especially. I have to remember to get something nice for Jake after what happened to his pet mole rat. I think this thing's old here. I wish Sue didn't have to be such a pain about this taking a while. Just because she can load up a few holotapes doesn't mean she knows the first thing about how complicated this old crap is. Whatever, it works now. Yeah, this is the other problem with the Creation Club content, is that it overlays new stuff on old stuff, and I definitely don't want to make a mistake when making a lore video and accidentally make reference to things that are specifically just from Creation Club content. I'm gonna definitely look into seeing if I can just remove this stuff from the normal run of the game in the future. Like, I don't mind exploring it, especially just for a stream, because I'm not making a lore video right now or anything. But it's also definitely the case that I don't want this stuff showing up when I'm talking about actual 100% pure lore for the game. So, no, yeah, the way the flashlight works. Here, I can get out of my armor real quick. Wearing Kellogg's outfit. Can turn the flashlight on. It is the screen of the Pip-Boy. You can see it right there that's lining up. And so it's actually also the case. The reason why it's white is because I specifically went in and switched the colors. If we go here, is it here? Where is it? Controls. No. Display. There we go. Okay, so I can do this, and I can bring the red all the way up like that. Okay. Let's see. Oh. Oh, no, sorry, I'm changing the HUD color. That doesn't do anything. Oh, what? No. I used to use the unofficial mod. I don't even know if that works at the moment. Or sorry, the unofficial patch mod. That was the only one that I did use specifically because it fixed a lot of problems. Here we go, Pip-Boy coloring. Well, yeah, you might know, but if anybody else out there doesn't, you can see here, it's now a cyan color. And deep blue color. So, yeah, it's the screen of the Pip-Boy that makes the color. That makes the flashlight, and it's the color that defines the color that you get. And that's the reason I've always got it turned all the way up to white, because it provides me the best light for when I'm trying to film a scene. And, yeah. It's either that or go into the Creation Club, or sorry, not the Creation Club, the Creation Kit, and add lights to a scene. I've not done that yet, but it's something that probably could be done fairly easily. I've done it before when I've been making my own little tiny mods. Okay. I think... So, did I get the rifle launcher? I'm not sure if I did. Let's see. Is that just a normal shotgun? Yeah. Neither of these guys have anything on them. That's just a mod up there on the counter. That's a missile. Is there anything in here? Just a pistol. Let me see if it's in my inventory and I just didn't notice it. No, don't seem to have anything. I do have the, and oh, let's look at the quest to make sure I'm not missing anything. Pig's flight. Yep, find Marvin and retrieve the schematics. Okay, so the schematics are out there with Marvin. Let's get to it. Oop. Okay, well, wherever they are, they don't seem to be after me. I guess one thing I can talk about, on my Fallout 4 Vault 111 video, I've been going back and forth in the comments with this one guy who's been like asking repeated questions. I think he's kind of new to the Fallout universe in terms of the lore, and so he's been asking me a bunch of questions. Like he even asking things like, it's like who asking about like the president of the Enclave. He thought it was John Henry Eden, but it's like John Henry Eden's not the president of the Enclave until Fallout 3. But anyway, he was asking why go to the gold standard when they already had bottle caps, specifically asking about Vault 79. And I mean, at the end of the day, bottle caps are the currency in the Fallout universe because they were the currency in the first Fallout. And it still makes sense in things like Fallout 2 and Fallout New Vegas because we're dealing with like a continuation of an existing currency that existed on the West Coast. But the reason that it existed was because of the water traders in the hub. They were the ones who would take caps in exchange for water. So effectively, caps were a water-based currency as of Fallout 1. And so that's why they were a useful currency. They never really made any sense in Fallout 3, except for in the sense that, like, they were just a fiat currency. Same thing with Fallout 4. Fallout 76 did have basically caps being a goods-based currency because you could trade caps at the White Spring for specific goods because of a promotion that was going on sponsored by Nuka-Cola before the bombs. The reason you would go to a gold-backed currency is because then you actually have something backing your currency. It's not just entirely fiat, which, I mean, again, technically speaking, the currency in Fallout 76 is goods-based, but at the end of the day, it's a lot easier to carry around a $100 bill than it is to carry around $100 worth of caps.
Hell no!
So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, again, it's backed by something real. It's not just a fiat currency, and again, along with that, it's a lot easier to move money around. Let's see. And at the end of the day, also, it was the original plan. That's the reason that they're attempting to restart the gold-based market in Fallout 76, is because that was the original plan of Vault 79, was relocate all the gold from Fort Knox to Vault 79, and then from that point, you start printing up new treasury notes, attempt to get the economy stimulated, and start rebuilding the entire country that way. Am I in the wrong... Oh, right there up on the roof. So it looks like the best way to get there is probably... Oh. Looks like I'm dealing with the Automaton DLC. I think that's what these guys are called. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah, coin socks. That's a fight with. Oh, jeez, what the? Oh, my armor's breaking. I was wondering what the heck was going on around me. Plus they're... Oh, it's the piggy banks as well. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I was not paying attention to my health. Here we go. What? Okay. But yeah, again, with caps, the reason that they are in Fallout 3 and 4 is entirely just... They were in 1 and 2, you know? They are the currency of the Fallout universe. It is one of the iconic things about it. So... I remember, I think it was when Fallout 3 came out, that there was some sort of professor... anthropologist? Something like that? Who was like, yeah, you know, it actually does make some sense because you got something where it's like they're not making more of them, so there's a set amount of them. They are fairly durable, and yeah, so it actually does make some sense that you would have caps serve as a currency. Let's see. Okay, this time we pay attention to health. I think it's up there on that roof. No, it's probably on that roof, because yeah, there's a bridge. Okay. Yeah, in Fallout 2, the NCR is starting to make their own currency. In fact, they're trying to get away from bottle caps. Oh, is that a... Oh! Okay, maybe that's part... Oh. Okay. I think I must have light step. And that explains why I'm not having these things set off. Yeah, the Legion makes their own gold and silver-based currency as well.
Idiot head!
Is that it? Oh. um, that's a little odd. Let's see if there's anything up here before dropping down onto the sidewalk. Sorry if I didn't see your message before you redacted it, if there's something you need to know. Yeah, and so it's one of those things too where it's like the information around the NCR currency is also, it's a little bit of a little bit muddled in my mind because I have read some of the lore of what was meant to be Fallout 3 back in the day, which is Project Van Buren. And so like I can't remember if some of the things I'm thinking, uh-oh. That's concerning. Well, at least this is here. But basically, I can't remember if this is actual lore or if this is non-game lore. And this is, again, why I try to avoid mods, because I already have trouble remembering specifically what's canonical when I've read things like the Fallout Bible and stuff like that, which the Fallout Bible is got things in it that are canonical, but things that are also not canonical. I probably... Crap. I probably need to go in somewhere and come out. Let me see if I can find a rope. First of all, let's drop some stuff, though, because I'm carrying too much, and I don't want it to take forever to get there. Oh, my gosh. You know what? I'm just going to drop this Hellfire stuff. There we go. Yeah, I might reload. In fact, let's just try that real quick. Let's save here. See, yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if what you have right there, Chris, is I can't remember if that's correct or if that is something that is non-canonical. Let me load this specifically. If it doesn't work, then I'll load the previous save. But basically, like I think that Brotherhood of Steel, like either blew up their cache or irradiated it to make it not useful. Basically, followed the it looks like I'm gonna have to reload an older save. Followed the Goldfinger method. Of ruining gold, and so it effectively destroyed the NCR's gold-backed currency, and so that's when they went fiat, and that's why, like, I think if I remember correctly, and it's been a while, the $100 NCR bill is worth like 30 caps or something like that. It's a severely depressed currency from when it was actually gold-backed. There's like entire parts of the NCR Brotherhood of Steel war that I don't know how much, like what of it is canonical and what isn't. That stuff I definitely want to get more research into when I do more work on my videos on Fallout New Vegas. So far I haven't covered the Brotherhood at all in New Vegas. I haven't reached them yet, so... Yeah, guys, I mean, that's the thing. Fiat currency is based on the confidence of the market, which... If you don't have any confidence, you don't have any currency, or your currency doesn't really have any value. So, okay, let's try this again, and hopefully, you know what? Do I have any weapons that won't turn my enemy to goo? Let's see. How much? Okay, let's try this. Poisoner's lever action rifle. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, too. It's like, can we trust that to be an actual canonical piece of lore right there, John? Like, is the Nuka-Cola promotion that took place at the White Spring the grounding for the entire East Coast cap-based economy? Because if so, that's kind of insane.
What? Got you.
Okay, Marvin's down. Who is... Oh, here we go. Well, especially because the stuff that happened in Appalachia is generally not known on the East Coast by Fallout 3, so... Okay, bottle caps, piggy bank launcher bomb, 45 rounds, grenade launcher schematics... Okay, and where's the actual launcher itself? Is that still up on the roof? I think it must be. Brotherhood could not count on the NCR's advantage in manpower. It raided the gold reserves. Yeah. Yeah. Now, yeah, The Deathclaws used to be Jackson Chameleons. Just like the, what happened to the launcher?
That's
Am I missing something here? Did I pick it up and not even realize it? But yeah, the Rad Scorpions used to be... What did they used to be? I used to know this. They were people's pets. Emperor Scorpions, that's right.
Sorry.
Well, there's... Oh, there we go. There it is. There are definitely questions I have about specific things in the Fallout universe, like giant bugs and stuff like this. And if you haven't seen my video on Grey Ditch, which most people haven't, one of my lowest viewed videos, because I think people know exactly what... think they know exactly what I'm going to talk about there, but a lot of it they probably don't. Is specifically, there's a reason we don't have giant bugs anymore. What can I drop? Because I'm just going to drop that Hellfire armor, because if I really wanted, I could come back for it, but it's not like most of the time, it's not like this is like this save where it's like, I'm going to finish the game with this one. No, this is, I film with this, so. But basically, what I was going to say with Grey Ditch is, so the reason we don't have giant bugs anymore is because the oxygen content in the atmosphere is too low to allow it. Bugs breathe it through their skin. Well, not all of them do, but some of them do. And the ones that do, you have to have a certain amount of surface area to volume ratio in order for them to be able to breathe. And so my question is, does the atmosphere in the Fallout universe, since the end of the world, have a significantly higher oxygen percentage, or have the bugs developed a new way to breathe? So let's see. Suggs.
Hey, thanks for your help.
Okay, so we got the penetrating Chinese grenade launcher rifle. Ignores 30% of the target's damage and energy resistance. It's not bad. Let's take it. Is that it? Did we just complete the quest? Let's see, data. Yep, completed when pigs fly. About the bugs. No, we have a cow with 2 heads. Yeah, and deer with 2 heads, and gravity I'm not sure about. I don't think that that's a problem, because again, when you look back at like I think it was the Carboniferous period, but I could be completely wrong on that. There were like spiders the size of house cats, and it's like the gravity was the same then. So it's the oxygen level in the atmosphere, which I think was closer to something like 20%. So that's really what is going on there. Not alcohol. I think that's allowed, but I'm drinking tea here. Okay. Let's see. Let's check out the penetrating Chinese grenade launcher rifle. Oh, I don't have any rounds for this? That seems like kind of a jip. Let's see.
Hey, Scaver. Let's trade.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
What do you got? 40mm grenade launchers. My bet is honestly that all, and I'm just going to buy those other weapons because I was assuming that we might find them along the way, but we didn't. What's this? The saw blade, right? And let's see. There it is. And the saw blades. Does he sell nails as well? There we go. Okay. Nope, cancel it. Buy it. So it's like one of those. I might. What am I buying? Didn't I thought I. Oh, did I just click on something else to buy? Yeah, why would, don't do that. Okay. There we go. Accept. There we go. My guess is it's more so something where the bugs have developed a new way to breathe that allows them to be bigger. That would make more sense, honestly, than the entire world being destroyed, most vegetation being killed off, and somehow there being more oxygen. Oh, by the way, if you all haven't watched those little videos that come with the Fallout television series, they're like the little extras, you should watch them. There's like 6 of them, I think, and effectively they're like different levels of Vault-Tec rep. And the higher up the food chain you go, the crazier the stuff is. To where it's like, actually, it's like, these other companies might seem like our rivals, but actually, we're all part of the same family. And so it's basically just like talking about the Enclave without talking about the Enclave. Let's see. So if you go to the Fallout on Prime show, there's like different sections where it's like episodes, and then there's extras. I think it's in extras, and so it's like playing for the home team or whatever, and that's like the like their frontline Vault-Tec sales reps, and then you like go up to like their manager, and then their manager, then their manager, then their manager, then their manager. At the very top one, it's like you're not even actually top level executive. You're like the assistant to the top level executive. You can dream about perhaps one day becoming one of your bosses. But yeah, effectively what the show is saying is that even Super Duper Mart, they're claiming in the show, is part of the Enclave. Or at least part of the Cabal part of the Enclave. Like, even if they weren't, you know, full of armed soldiers and stuff like that. Nuka-Cola. What else was there? Vault-Tec, obviously, along with that. Pulowski Preservation Shelters. This is the funniest thing to me, is like, you find caravans, and they're just... They didn't really bother to like map out proper paths or something like that for them. Yeah. President selling canned beans from the Resolute desk. It's just, I really appreciate those things because the videos are also basically, what's it called? Narrated by Bud Askins. Let's see. Let's check the nail gun. Which is the guy who does Bud's Buds. What? Yeah, Pulowski doesn't really make that much sense to me. Pulowski, more so than any of the other companies, has always just seemed to me to be a scam. Because it's one of those things where it's like, the only way Pulowski Preservation Shelters makes sense is effectively as, like, them robbing the system to exist, because they don't make any actual financial sense. The only way that that company makes any money is that local governments pay them to install these things, and so they pay them like $1 million to install one, and it costs them like $10,000 to put one in. That's the only way that this sort of thing makes any sense at all, because there's no way you're lasting like the minimum 28 days that you'd have to last for like a normal sheltering period. Let's see if I can... Yep, there we go.
Fresh start? Try a fresh suit from Fallon's. Tell 'em Pulaski
Stuck in here with my power armor. Well then, yeah, I suppose it does make sense, given that it is simply a scam that robs the government. Is the ammo... It looks like the ammo this thing's using is microfusion cells. But so like Pulaski Preservation Shelters, it's like you go in that thing, it's coin operated, and you stand in there for 28 days. What are you eating? What are you drinking? How are you going to the bathroom? Plus, it's all done vertically. There's no way for them to collect money on that unless they're getting that money from the government that's having them install them. And they're probably getting it from the federal government for some sort of subsidy for installing Fallout shelters. So it's like... You could put one in under the school for $20 million, or you could put in a Pulaski Preservation Shelter for $1 million, or even $100,000 or something like that. And then Pulowski just pockets everything, and the local government gets a chunk of that money too. Yeah, that's got to be all it is. Because again, yeah, people. Yeah, I suppose there could be a certain novelty to them as well. This is a danger sign from the railroad here, which makes sense. Oh. Well, I was hoping for more damage. Plus, have I hit him more than once, or just the one time? I think it's just the one time. let's see what this does. Oh, wow. So I think it fires a few at a time, perhaps? Wow, okay, I'm already out of ammo with that. Let's go to the saw blade launcher and see how we do with this. Really? I had high hopes for this one. Oh, well, that one seems to have worked. I must have just missed. No. Okay. There we go. Okay, yeah, this isn't bad. I think it's just beheading every time I fire at the head. Yep, that's not bad.
I've done this hundreds of times.
Anytime you find something like that where they bring the mini nuke into the Polesky Preservation Shelter, I always assume it's just kind of a joke. Because I don't know how much of the average public had access to mini nukes as it was. Yeah, better to be caught with a mini nuke than without one.
Hear me.
Ah, that was my last round for that and it missed. Let's see. How about the piggy bank fat man? Not bad. I think I hurt myself pretty good there too. Let's do some. Actually, I think I've got it. Yeah, there we go. Where am I being shit? I see one guy down this way, but I don't actually see them. Oh, they're on the roof. That's right. Okay, let's get up to them. With Fallout, sometimes it's hard to know what's supposed to be what's supposed to be actual lore and what's supposed to just be a joke. But I do think there are times where it is literally just supposed to be a joke. Like, and one of the spots where I definitely didn't get it and other people did was in the first episode of the Fallout TV series, where they're getting their printouts of the target, and they get Dr. Wilzig and they also get CX-404, and it's like, why would they give you a picture of the dog? And that was my thing. It's like, it clearly takes a long time to transcribe these images. Why would you bother? And someone pointed out, it's like, that's the joke. It's like, okay, you got me. That is pretty good. And the fact that they bothered to transcribe the image of a German Shepherd, or I think that's what that is. Okay. Oh, okay, so you can also pick up the caps after the fact. I was afraid as well that they were going to make it like a one-by-one sort of a thing. Hey, welcome to the stream. Good to see ya. Ram, if I remember correctly, because I had trouble mispronouncing your name the first time around. I do wish that they would give us more skyscrapers to explore as well. I mean, there are so many tall buildings. And they do give us some that we can go through, but most of the time it's like, you go to a building like the Mass Fusion Tower, and it's like you can explore the first couple floors, and then the top floor, and like maybe a couple other floors halfway in between, but you never actually get the full thing. And part of that I get, because it could probably be pretty boring to explore. I don't know what that is, a 50, 60 story building. So let's see, where am I? When I get my new computer, I should see about getting perhaps some graphical upgrade mods. Something that doesn't do anything non-canonical, but is simply upgrading the appearance of the game. I don't know if I'll use it for lore videos, but just something to see. Let's try this. Nope. Let's go for the torso. Oh, need to reload it. I love reloading in VATS. It's so dumb looking. Especially with a piggy bank. Yeah. Got him. Okay, I can't utilize this, waste this round on a dog. Let's go gamma gun. I'm giving this dog radiation poisoning. Sorry, dog. I had a theory a few years back that the reason these dogs are red like this is because they have mange. Just like a really, really bad case of mange. And that's the reason that there are still dogs like dog meat, and a lot of dogs are just horrible looking. It's because some of them are legitimately just sick. Let's see here.
Again! Do it again! How much you got left in you?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking more about the pre-war of Fallout 4 as well. I've heard people talk about wanting to play a game kind of in the pre-war of the Fallout universe. And to a certain extent, I get it. But at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, most of what makes the Fallout universe is the apocalypse that takes place. It's it's why I think that the Fallout show did a good job having scenes set before the apocalypse, but didn't center around that. Basically, they were just giving people a view of what happened.
Let's do this, Metal Man.
I do like them responding to the fact that I'm wearing power armor and calling me Metal Man. This is not the best gun for long range. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. Ah, gravity was the real killer there. Let's see. I just gave him a nudge.
Oh man, come back!
Yeah, no, they did a good job of that. Of showing what the old world was like. And they did that in Fallout 4 too, to an extent. Like, you get, it's just a few minutes of it, but you get to see the world that was lost. But I do think it would be kind of cool if we did get more of a view of like what, if you just got like an average day in Boston just to see what it was like at the time. And the juxtaposition was excellent too. I don't know if you've been watching my review series, but specifically like the scenes that go from Cooper Howard as the Ghoul dragging Lucy across the wasteland next to California Crest Studios to him being in California Crest Studios as Vault Boy. It's a great juxtaposition. Shows who he was and who he is and just how drastically different they are. I did see somebody point out it's one of those things where it's like data can occasionally be funny, and so it's like one of the charts I've seen is like casualties from the Titanic, and so it's like 1912 giant spike, and then you go to 2023 and there's a little spike again. But another one was basically frozen characters in Fallout games, and so it's like, or frozen characters in Fallout properties. And so it's like Fallout 1, 2, 3, 4, and then goes to the Fallout series and goes this giant chunk.
Should have just run.
Yeah, I hate what happened to the NCR, but at the same time, I've read some stuff recently that actually has me more interested now. So basically, from what I've read, I'm trying to use radiation to kill super mutants. From what I've read just recently, it could well be that the NCR is going to be centered around New Vegas. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but it sounds like the original idea for Fallout 3, again, back when it was called Van Buren, well, when it was Project Van Buren, was that Shady Sands was destroyed and the capital of the NCR had moved east into the Mojave, like into around New Vegas. So, if they do the same thing here, to where it's like Moldaver's forces back in and around LA are effectively just like a splinter faction of the NCR, and the vast majority of them actually remain in the Mojave, that'd be, I think that'd be excellent.
Somewhere.
Fallout 1 and 2.
You're here. You're here.
Do you mean live in those conditions?
Hiding.
Let's see.
Slippery humans.
Got a novice locked safe there. Let's do a little check here.
That's it.
Always got to find the pipe weapons in these safes that have clearly been locked since before the war, and the bottle caps too. So you never know. It's one of those things where it's like you could legitimately explain that as like some raider came along and decided to use it as his stash, and he just didn't bother to clean out all the old cash. It's like, yeah, okay, either that or, but that's just, it's just using, you know, a standard loot table for a safe, no matter where it is. No, yeah, okay, I'll say this. Don't think that I would mind living in Fallout New Vegas, but living in the original Fallout just sounds like a horrifying place to live. And it's like, it's not even great by the time of New Vegas, but there's at least some civilization that has been rebuilt by that time.
Ah! Face me, you coward!
I would not want to live in Fallout 4, I'll say that. And I don't think I'd want to live in the world of Fallout 3 either. Again, anytime where you're dealing with there basically being zero civilization and you're constantly surrounded by super mutants, not someplace I'd want to be. That's true, New Vegas is really only properly good if you're rich. But again, at least there is a class of people that are living well. You can't really say that. Like in Fallout 3, you could say the people that are living in Tenpenny Tower, maybe they're having a good time. People that are living in Rivet City are doing okay. Yeah, the super mutants are not terribly charming. Oh, Lord. This is one of the things that drives me a little crazy about these, about Fallout, is like the bullet sponge enemies. Like, I don't care how strong you are, being shot from 3 feet away with this pistol is going to do a lot more damage than I'm doing to that Primus. Lilybone with you. I think, you know, it's one of those things where, I don't know. I was thinking about it. I'm getting mixed thoughts in my head right now. I wish we could talk more to Raoul the Ghoul. If I'm not wrong, Lily's the super mutant grandma, but I could be misremembering that from Fallout New Vegas. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what I thought. But, like, I would love to be able to actually talk to Raoul more about the pre-war world, especially about, like, what Mexico was like. Because there's really interesting stuff there that we really have the most brief understanding of. Like, it seems like the United States attempted to annex it just like Canada, but did, like, a really weak version of the Canadian annexation, where it's like Canada was fully annexed. Mexico feels like more like it was kind of like a military-industrial complex takeover, not an... Well, industrial complex takeover, not a military part of the military-industrial complex takeover. Okay, I'm leaving this guy alone. Oh, Lord. I don't even care enough. The number of rounds that's taking. The old granary burial ground here. This is a real spot in Boston. Jeez. I talked to a guy from Germany. Worked at the plant where I'm an engineer. And I can't remember how we came around to the topic of it. This just reminded me of it. But we were talking about how in Germany, basically when you're buried, you have like a 50-year lease on your grave plot. Yeah, I suppose I could try to make him goo with that plasma rifle. A pistol I've got. But basically it's like you got 50 years in your grave, then they dig you up and they replace you with somebody else. And it's like, to a certain extent, I kind of get it. Because it's one of those things where it's like, I live here in the U.S., specifically in Texas. And so it's like, we've got more land here than they have in like a dozen European countries combined. So if you're living in Germany, especially if you're living in like a town where there have been people living there for the past 3,000 years, and they've been burying people in the same burial plots for the past 2,000 years, there's not going to be any space left for anything but graveyards if all you're doing is... If you're actually leaving people in their graves forever. So, I mean, yeah, the Paris necropolis is one of the places where it's like they did something about the fact that there were so many graves in their city.
You hit like a rat roach. Now you went and got me mad. Yes.
Yeah, you could bury people feet first. Stuff like where they're upright in their graves. It's one of those things where it's like, it's probably not something that is going to actually be a problem for humanity long term. We're going to figure out solutions to it and stuff like that, other solutions. And there's so much land on Earth as it is that even if you, like, if you were to turn the entire planet into a graveyard, you could probably bury, like, I have no idea, like 100 trillion people. I have no idea. But it's one of those things where it's like, it is an interesting thing to think about. Like how many people you could actually bury before you fill up all the land. Let's see. Dropping more stuff. I'm just going to drop that. I don't even have any ammo left. Yep, drop people in the oceans, burial at sea. There's that. Then there's obviously things like cremation and stuff like that. All this because we walked past the old the old granary burial ground, and I was thinking about graves. Oh. 4 ghouls. You gotta wonder how long it takes before a sentient ghoul turns into this. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, obviously they go feral, but how long after they go feral do they become these withered husks? His arms are hovering around him. God, I love those bugs. Like, this is the kind of stuff, this is the kind of bug that Bethesda should be known for, not the annoying crap where, like, it breaks the game. Like, for example, with Starfield, where it's like, I'm trying to do one of the quest lines, and, like, literally, the ship lands and does not open. Nobody comes out. And it's just like, oh, so it's clear that nobody tested this, or that very little testing was done on this quest line. That is the kind of bug I love from Bethesda. When you've got a ghoul that had its arms shot off and you come back and it's chasing you around with its arms floating beside its body. Cyberpunk, I'm not sure what the Cyberpunk 2077 body disposal method is. I have seen people talking about liquid cremation, which honestly just kind of sounds disgusting. But I've done a good chunk of that Genghis Khan quest line, and I basically restarted the game. And I got up to that, but then I could not get to the last star system I needed to get to because I did not have a powerful enough drive, so I'm stuck on that one. Oh, okay. Cremation, yeah. People choose. All right, well, I think I'm going to close things out here in the next few minutes. If anybody has any questions they need to ask or anything like that, again, I'll just make some announcements here. The next video, the episode 5 review, should be out in the next few days. The episode 6 review, I'm working on that. And then there's 7 and 8, and then the final video in that series. Fallout 4, I'm going to, again, cover Mass Fusion. Fallout 3, Repcon. Sorry, that's Fallout New Vegas is Repcon. Fallout 3 is still in Metro. I have not made any progress on finding on either building a website or finding a website builder. And again, that's my plan before I release the Metro video, so I can post the maps online to a good spot. Because I'm drawing maps of the Metro system. Along with that, Starfield video covering the stories of New Atlantis. So that's something I will cover at some point. So until next time, I look forward to seeing y'all. Hope y'all have a good weekend. First day of June tomorrow. So hope everybody has a good start to the 6th month. And I will see you all next time.